He pulled into a big warehouse where a few trucks were parked. I'm no movie producer, but that didn't look like any movie studio. There weren't any pretty girls with skimpy outfits, and not a donkey or clown in sight. There was also a tow truck with what used to be a nice Mercedes on the flatbed. The car looked like it had been through some serious of the third kind type of thing. I couldn't see the license plate, but the color and model matched the one from Susie. I was about to leave when I heard a little noise and looked around. A security guard was coming my way. Luckily for me, this guy was as sharp as a wooden spoon. I tried to disappear without making a sound, but my ninja moves failed me as I got tangled in a very nasty stack of wooden pallets the size of Godzilla. The sound of the pallets there gave me up. I reached for my gun in surprise. It wasn't there. Then I remembered Cherry taking it out while I got the other one ready. Sweet Cherry obviously never put it back. There I was, face to face with a 6'5" Krispy Kreme donut with a gun. So I cut my losses and saved the hero shit for a more appropriate moment. And I thought finishing a bottle of whiskey maybe wasn't such a great idea after all. I walked into the warehouse. Like a dog about to be neutered, I didn't know how bad this was going to get. And there was Sully. He was in charge. Chuck took me to him. At least that was the name on his tag. Sometimes the name fits just right.
Titan Maxwell, the world-famous movie producer. What are you doing here?
Would you believe I'm scouting locations? That one didn't fly. He knew I was no movie producer, and then everything went black. A sudden move slammed me against the window of the car. I looked to my left and a beautiful blonde broad was at the wheel. She had her eyes closed. That probably explains why we were doing 40 miles an hour down the side of a mountain. I didn't think twice and jumped out of the car just a second before it plunged down a cliff and burst into flames. That was Susie at the wheel. She was already dead and I was barely alive. Everything hurt, but nothing was broken. That's one benefit of being drunk. It makes your body relaxed, and it doesn't fight gravity. It kind of moves with it. That was one close call. The car fryer would attract some attention and quick. It was better for me not to stick around for the end credits. I worked my way up the hillside and reached the road. A couple of miles from the accident near a truck stop, some big fella named Jim had pity on me and took me back to the city in his rig. An old-fashioned 18-wheeler with enormous chrome side stacks and a naked lady on the hood. I asked Jim about Fargo Lines, which was the name on the trucks at the warehouse. They were a big transportation company in the southeast and northern Mexico, but not so big on the west coast.
To hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time.